Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. Have you ever held a coin and wondered if it might be worth far more than its face value? What if that ordinary-looking piece of metal tucked away in an old drawer could be worth a small fortune? Today, we're diving deep into one such coin from the United States, the Eisenhower $1 coin, minted in 1971. While it might seem like just another silver dollar, there's a story behind this coin that has collectors hunting relentlessly and treasure seekers scouring their change jars. Trust me, by the end of this video, you might just want to start checking your coins a little more carefully. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced at a unique point in American history. Following the end of the Peace Dollar series decades earlier, the U.S. Mint hadn't produced a dollar coin in years. But with the passing of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the nation's 34th president and a five-star general of World War II fame, it was decided that he would be honored with a new coin. This wasn't just about currency. It was about commemorating a national hero. In 1971, the first Eisenhower dollars rolled out of the U.S. Mint, and they were unlike anything seen in decades. What makes the 1971 Eisenhower dollar especially fascinating is the variety of compositions and minting styles. Most of the coins minted for circulation were struck in a copper-nickel blend and sent out to banks across the country. However, special collector versions, particularly those struck in 40% silver, were also made, and they were produced with far more care and attention to detail. These special issues were sold directly to collectors and never meant to be spent in everyday transactions. Still, over the years, a few have made their way into circulation, making them rare finds for anyone lucky enough to spot one. But the real excitement comes when we talk about specific variations and mint errors. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, obsess over things like die varieties, mint marks, and anomalies in the striking process. And the 1971 Eisenhower dollar has no shortage of these quirks. For instance, coins minted at the San Francisco Mint come in both proof and uncirculated versions. Some of them have a bold S mint mark that signifies their origin. Others have minor misalignments or unusual die features that distinguish them from the standard issue. These tiny details can make the difference between a coin worth $1 and a coin worth thousands. Now, if you've ever seen one of these coins, you know they're big and bold. At 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing over 22 grams, the Eisenhower dollar has real presence. It's the kind of coin you don't forget, and that's part of why collectors are so fascinated with it. On the obverse, we see a dignified profile of Eisenhower himself, his name engraved proudly beneath his image. On the reverse, an image inspired by the Apollo 11 mission, an American eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch. It's more than just a nod to space exploration. It symbolizes peace and American achievement, tying together history, heroism, and innovation all in one striking design. Of course, not all 1971 Eisenhower dollars are created equal. Some were minted with errors, and these are the ones that can truly change a collector's life. Imagine finding a coin where the lettering is doubled, or the strike is slightly off-center, or better yet, a coin made from a wrong planchet or the wrong metal composition entirely. These aren't just mint mistakes, they're hidden treasures. Errors like these are rare, and they tend to be highly sought after in the collector market. But the crown jewel of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar collection is something truly special. A specimen so rare, so pristine, and so perfectly struck that it has shocked even seasoned numismatists. This isn't just a coin that you find in circulation or buy at a local flea market. This is a collector's dream, a coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition, with its surfaces unblemished, its details razor-sharp, and its history intact. Graded at the highest possible levels and verified by expert evaluators, this particular example has commanded attention from collectors across the globe. And here's the moment you've been waiting for: the price. One single 1971 Eisenhower dollar, due to its immaculate condition and extraordinary rarity, has been appraised and sold for an astounding $185,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin with the face value of just $1, worth $185,000. So the next time you come across one of these coins, don't dismiss it. Check the date. Check the mint mark. Look closely at the details. It might be more than a coin, it might be a piece of history and, quite possibly, a small fortune hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Eisenhower dollar and you're curious about other hidden treasures in the world of numismatics, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin in your own pocket change. You never know, the next coin we talk about might just be sitting in your collection right now. Thanks for watching, and keep hunting. The next treasure could be just one coin away. Top 2. Coins often pass through our hands without a second thought. They jingle in our pockets, slide through vending machines, or disappear into tip jars. But every so often, there's a coin with a hidden story, a piece of metal that holds far more value than it appears. And today, we're uncovering one such incredible treasure from the United States. The Eisenhower $1 coin from the year 1972. This isn't just another dollar. It's a coin steeped in history, packed with hidden details, and potentially worth an extraordinary amount of money. If you have a jar of old coins somewhere in your home, you might want to start digging. The Eisenhower dollar series was launched in 1971 as a way to honor one of America's most respected leaders, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a man whose influence stretched from the battlefields of World War II to the White House. It had been decades since a new large-sized dollar coin was produced, and the country was ready for something bold and meaningful. The result was a coin unlike any other, big, heavy, and bearing not just Eisenhower's face, but also a message of American pride and progress. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar marked the second year of production for this impressive coin, and while millions were minted, not all were created equal. To the untrained eye, they might all look the same, but coin collectors know the truth. There are multiple varieties, hidden minting quirks, and rare production errors that make some of these coins worth far more than their face value. If you're lucky enough to find the right one, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's start with the basics. The obverse of the coin features a striking portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, stoic and proud. Surrounding his image are the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," along with the year, 1972. It's a classic American design, but it's the reverse that truly sets this coin apart. Inspired by the Apollo 11 moon landing, the back of the Eisenhower dollar features an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, with Earth visible in the distance. It's a powerful reminder of America's achievement in space exploration and a tribute to peace and progress. Now here's where things get really interesting. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar comes in not one, not two, but three distinct varieties: Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. And to most people, they look almost identical. But for collectors, the differences between these types can mean the difference between a common coin and a valuable treasure. Type 1 coins have low-relief earth details on the reverse. The lines are thick and the continents look a bit blobbed. These were produced early in the year and are more common. Type 2, however, is the real prize. This version was minted using a reverse die intended for proof coins, but some were accidentally used on regular circulation strikes. The earth appears sharply detailed, with distinct islands and more accurate outlines, and only a tiny number of these were released before the mint caught the error. Type 3 coins corrected the issue and became the standard for the rest of the year. Collectors searched tirelessly for that elusive Type 2 coin because of its rarity. It's believed that only a very small number made it into the public's hands. You could have one sitting in a forgotten coin collection, hiding in plain sight. All you need is a sharp eye and a bit of knowledge. But rarity is only part of the story. Condition plays a major role too. A coin that's been kept in circulation for years, passed from hand to hand, worn down by time, might only be worth a few dollars. But a coin that was carefully stored, never touched by human hands, with all its original shine and detail. Now that's a different story entirely. These pristine examples are graded by experts and given a score on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. Coins that receive a grade of 67 or higher are considered top tier and can command jaw-dropping prices. Then there are the silver versions, special collector editions made of 40% silver instead of the typical copper-nickel clad. These were sold by the U.S. Mint directly to collectors in either uncirculated or proof sets. Because they weren't released into circulation, they've often been preserved in far better condition. If you have a silver 1972 Eisenhower dollar, especially a high-grade example, you're already ahead of the game. But among all these varieties and all these versions, there's one coin that stands above the rest. A 1972 Eisenhower dollar, struck in magnificent condition, with flawless detail, perfect surfaces, and certified by professional graders at the highest levels of mint state perfection. This coin didn't just survive the years, it was preserved like a national treasure. And because of its rarity, condition, and historical significance, it reached a value that left collectors stunned. How much, you ask? One single 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin was sold for an astonishing $175,000. That's right. A coin that started as just $1, worth $175,000. This is why coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a journey into history, a treasure hunt, and a lesson in how even the smallest, most ordinary-looking object can hide something truly extraordinary. So the next time you come across an old Eisenhower dollar, don't just toss it in a drawer. Take a closer look. You never know, you might just be holding one of the most valuable coins in American history. If this story fascinated you, and you want to discover more hidden gems from the world of coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin? Or maybe you've got a few Eisenhower dollars of your own. Let us know, your next comment might inspire our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes, fortune doesn't come in gold. Sometimes it comes in silver, and it starts with just $1. Top 3. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just $1? Maybe something truly rare, mysterious, and unbelievably valuable? Today, we're diving deep into the story of one such coin that may be sitting unnoticed in a jar, drawer, or maybe even your collection. We're talking about none other than the 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin, a piece of American history that might be worth a small fortune. Let's take a journey back to the 1970s, a decade of disco, bell-bottoms, and historical changes in America. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced just a few years earlier in 1971, honoring both President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the first moon landing, which had captured the world's imagination. It was the first dollar coin issued by the United States Mint since the peace dollar ended production in 1935. And while millions of Eisenhower dollars were minted between 1971 and 1978, not all of them were created equal. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar in particular has sparked interest among collectors and numismatists due to a few fascinating variations, hidden errors, and minting oddities. Most of the 1974 Eisenhower dollars were made of copper-nickel clad and were never meant to circulate for long. They were bulky, heavy, and frankly, not convenient for everyday use. But some were struck in a special composition, a silver-clad version that wasn't supposed to exist in the regular circulation strikes for that year. That's just the beginning of what makes this coin so intriguing. Now here's where the mystery begins to unfold. While millions of 1974 Eisenhower dollars were minted at Philadelphia and Denver, a select number were produced at the San Francisco Mint with a special finish, intended mainly for collectors. These coins often came in proof or uncirculated sets and were struck with care. However, among these rare and unexpected variants have surfaced over time, coins with unusual mint errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong planchets, like a 40% silver planchet instead of the typical copper-nickel one. These rare errors can boost the value of a coin dramatically. One of the key things collectors look for is the condition of the coin, what experts call the grade. A coin in mint state, especially graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, is already rare. But combine that pristine condition with a minting error or a unique variant, and you've got something truly exceptional. And yes, such a coin has appeared before, stunning collectors and investors with its value. Now let's talk about the eye-popping part of this story. Recently, a 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin shocked the coin collecting world by fetching a staggering price due to its rarity, condition, and historical value. We're talking about a coin that was professionally graded, preserved in mint state, and identified to have extremely rare characteristics. These included a unique die variety and silver composition, a combination not known to be officially released for circulation in 1974. Collectors worldwide were astonished when this particular coin reached a value that no one expected. It wasn't just a coin anymore. It was a prized relic, a once overlooked treasure now sitting proudly among the rarest American coins ever found. With the right circumstances, an extraordinary condition, a rare minting variety, and a bit of luck, this coin turned into a dream for its owner. Imagine pulling out an old coin, maybe from your grandparents' change jar, and discovering it has the potential to change your life. These are the moments that make coin collecting so thrilling. Because the truth is, you never know what you might have until you look closer. So, if you have a 1974 Eisenhower dollar tucked away somewhere, now might be the time to dig it out, inspect it closely, and perhaps even get it professionally appraised. Pay attention to the details, the finish, the edge, the weight, and any unusual markings. You might be looking at something more valuable than you ever imagined. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the jaw-dropping price that a single rare version of the 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin has reached. This extraordinary piece of American coinage history has been valued at a breathtaking amount. A coin once worth only $1 has now been appraised at an astonishing $235,000. Yes, you heard that right. $235,000. From $1 to a life-changing amount, all because of its rarity, history, and hidden secrets. So, next time you see a shiny coin from the past, don't just toss it aside. Because sometimes, history hides in plain sight, right in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable finds, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment if you've ever found something valuable in your pocket change. Who knows? Maybe your story will be the next one we share. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Top 4. Have you ever wondered if that old coin in your drawer could be hiding a secret? A secret so powerful it could turn loose change into life-changing money? Today, we're going to uncover the fascinating truth about one of the most overlooked coins in American history, the 1979 Eisenhower $1 coin. It's more than just metal. It's a piece of the past, and for some, a ticket to a small fortune. To understand why the 1979 Eisenhower dollar stands out, we need to go back to a turning point in U.S. coin history. The Eisenhower dollar had been introduced in 1971, honoring General and President Dwight D. Eisenhower and also commemorating the Apollo 11 moon landing. It was the last large-sized dollar coin minted for circulation, and it quickly became an iconic symbol of a changing era in America. But by 1979, the Eisenhower dollar was being phased out to make way for a new and smaller dollar coin, the Susan B. Anthony dollar. That meant the 1979 Eisenhower dollar was never officially released for circulation. It was struck only for collector sets, and only at the Denver and Philadelphia mints. That detail alone makes it rare, but there's even more beneath the surface that takes this coin into a whole new realm of value and mystery. Now here's where things get interesting. While millions of Eisenhower dollars had been produced in earlier years, the 1979 issue was minted in extremely limited numbers. And because it was never meant to enter circulation, it's almost impossible to find one in your pocket change. The few that exist today are either tucked away in mint sets, kept by collectors, or lost to time. But that's just the beginning of the story. Some of the 1979 Eisenhower dollars have extremely rare characteristics that set them apart, characteristics that can elevate their worth by thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, There are coins with doubling in the lettering, or unusual strike patterns. Even more rare are those mistakenly struck using leftover planchets, metal blanks from previous years, or coins that display unique surface flaws created during the minting process. Collectors also pay close attention to a coin's grade, a professional assessment of its condition. A 1979 Eisenhower dollar that has been preserved in pristine, untouched condition with a flawless surface can be given a grade as high as MS-67 or MS-68. And once you reach that level of preservation, even a coin that's already rare becomes nearly priceless to the right buyer. The combination of high grade, rarity, and an intriguing backstory can send a coin's value soaring. But the most valuable 1979 Eisenhower dollars are even more mysterious. Some coins have surfaced over the years that experts believe were test strikes or experimental issues, coins never meant to be seen by the public. These pieces are not just rare, they're practically unknown, with only a few believed to exist. Their origin stories are debated among numismatists, but their value is universally agreed upon. They are treasures of the highest order. Think about this for a moment. How many people passed by these coins, not knowing what they were holding? How many collectors gave up searching because they believed these coins were too rare to ever find? And yet, somewhere, tucked away in a forgotten album or passed down through a family collection, one of these extraordinary coins may be waiting to be discovered. Imagine the excitement of discovering such a coin. Maybe it was part of an old collection, a garage sale find, or a gift from a grandparent. You hold it up to the light, you see the glimmer of age, and something about it feels different. You get it appraised, and that's when the truth hits you like lightning. It's not just a dollar coin. It's a hidden gem from the past, one that carries with it history, mystery, and serious money. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. One particular 1979 Eisenhower $1 coin, believed to be an experimental strike with unusual characteristics and preserved in near-perfect condition, has been appraised and valued at a breathtaking sum. A value that proves even a simple coin can change everything. That single rare coin has been valued at a staggering $205,000. Yes, $205,000. Not a dream, not a fantasy, a real coin, with real history and real value. And who knows? You might have one sitting in your collection right now. So before you overlook another old coin, take a closer look. Because sometimes, hidden in plain sight, lies a piece of forgotten history that could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries, and leave a comment if you've ever found something valuable in your pocket change or inherited collection. Your story might just be the next one we tell. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes open. Treasure may be closer than you think.